I will now take the opportunity to invite Mr. Ankush Sabharwal, founder and CEO, CoreRover.ai. With over 16 years of experience in building SaaS products, Mr. Ankush has built and led global winning teams to build scalable and secure enterprise platforms. As a technology leader, Ankush has led many startups and large MNCs across Asia, North America, and Europe, and generated revenue of multi-million dollars as pay-per-use, subscription, and license fees. Honoring his technical, business, and leadership acumen, many national and international awards have been awarded to Mr. Ankush, the brainchild behind CoreRover, world's first and highest ROI delivering human-centric conversational AI platform. Ankush also oversees key pillars behind its success, namely customer satisfaction, operational excellence, and revenue drivers. He also heads defining the strategy of the company and strongly believes in collaboration, teamwork, and leadership. Sir, kindly enlighten us.
Thank you so much for this opportunity and inviting me and making this part of this panel. Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone, my fellow panelists. I'm sure we are going to have a great time in learning from each other. So really very exciting to see this session, and it has multiple topics within. So in my screen, I have the title very clearly mentioned. So I think we'll have to go and see one by one, right? If I reiterate it, creating new generation customer experiences, exploring innovative business models, digital disruptions, and entrepreneurial opportunities. So it has around 4 to 5 topics within. I'll talk about that, and I hope I'm able to do kind of justice, and that's worth your time coming here and listening to me. And of course, we'll be hearing the views of my fellow panelists. I'll kind of dissect this topic into multiple subtopics. Let me take the first one, new generation customer experience. Right, if I have to talk about it, so forget about the new generation, right? The customer experience is that important, is the most important, which actually would define the success of any product, right? If I have the privilege to say that in Hindi, right? Jo dikhta hai, wo bikta hai. So that we have been saying that since long, and there is definitely a value in it. And I was just reading somewhere. So we human take a decision to whether to use this product or not in just 1/10 of a second, right? So that might not be. I think we trust our gut, we trust our intuition to, should I further waste my time in exploring this product or not, right? So we cannot see and explore all the products given to us, right? So we have to believe in our intuition, our whatever experience we have gathered, and we do make decisions so fast. And yes, so customer experience, the look is very important. And again, if I quote about the customer experience and say product design, let me quote Steve Jobs. He said that the product design is not just about look and feel. It is beyond that. So it is also about how does it work. But I do see a lot of merit in just look and feel as well. And then, of course, so if the look and feel is good, and when I, as a user, when I start to use that product, and it should really work the way I expect, and it should really help me solve some problem. And some problems really exist. Some problems we kind of induce on customers. That's fine, but it should really work for what I have signed it up or whatever I have paid it for. So and for sure, B2C, right? As we know, in business we can have various business models. B2B or B2C or B2B2C. B2C, I think the primary thing what works is definitely customer experience. See the success of WhatsApp. And I think WhatsApp was not successful just because of the product, the features of it, and probably the technology for it, right? So there were many messengers before that. I think the experience, you see, it was so simple experience. the experience always does not mean like we add glitters to it, right? So it should be very simple to use, and it was not just the aesthetic part of it, it was also about using it. Means we don't have to remember the user ID and password, we don't have to seek the user ID and email ID of my friend and family, right? So phone number becomes the user ID, right? I think that was one of the main reasons why WhatsApp was successful, besides having a very simple design. This experience of letting user use the WhatsApp just with phone number as the key, I think that was the biggest factor for the WhatsApp success. Uh, and for B2C, as I said, customer experience, and B2B, trust is most important. But again, you can win the trust of a business to get us entry into business. And if I have a product and I sell to business based on the trust, and if customer experience of that product is good, which probably my customer is not going to use it, probably their end users are going to use the product, right? B2B2C, we might win the customer, but retention would happen only when their end consumers and users are going to be happy, right? If you are in SaaS business or B2B, you would know the term, right? Churn, right? So churn is how many people are kind of getting out of your client list. And for us, if I talk about Coreover, it's zero for us. It's zero because it's not only our customers are happy because of the product we give them, because they save costs, they make additional money with us, and it is also because the retention is more because their end users are happy. The customer experience is better, so that is giving us the retention. Probably for B2B, the customer experience might not matter much when we kind of win them or go live, but for retention, again, we need to be very good at customer experience. Let me go to the next dissection, exploring innovative business models. See, for sure, if it is about innovation, it is, as we know, innovation is about new ideas, new methods to make use of. And if it is innovative idea, it also has to be innovation business model also. Say if we come up with a product, very innovative product, but how do we ensure users use it? Even if you give free, how would again users know you have this awesome innovative product or service? How would we know? How would they know? Even if you give free, there might not be any consumers, right? So now, how do we ensure users come to know, even if you are giving it free? So I think again, we need to have very innovative business model to convey that message, to let users, consumers, citizens know about your product. And what could those methods be? I think that is very common. Give discount. Even to give discount, as I said, even to give free, it's not going to work, right? You're just going to spend a lot of your money or investors' money to try, and it's not going to work. What I have realized, what works in B2C, though I'm not the expert in B2C yet, so we have to partner, right? So there can be three kind of partnerships which we should definitely be exploring and leveraging on for the business, innovative business model. The first is partner with any existing player, which will give you GTM, go to market. They should have a lot of users already. So you are coming up with an innovative product. You just have to convince one customer who should be the leader in that space. And if they are convinced, they'll give you opportunity for POC, and you'll get a lot of users at once. So even if you have to give it free, let that be idly. So it's again a big opportunity. You are letting your product exposed to billions of users in collaboration with the existing player. This might take 6 months, 1 year, but still worth a try. And you're not going to spend any money in marketing if you are able to convince, win trust of a business which is already existing, having millions of users. The second is again partnership, maybe for technical collaboration. See, as entrepreneurship, whenever we enter into entrepreneurship, one thing is clear, right? It is we are doing innovation. We are trying something new. We are not probably running or walking on the existing path. If it is something new, it has to be niche. I cannot do multiple new things, right? If I have to be successful, I have to put my 100% focus in one area so that I can do justice. I can really kind of spend my focus effort there and to be unique and to be successful, and so that I convey to the consumers. So, but to offer to the consumers, you might not just be convincing them with just one idea, right? So consumers want a platform, they want end-to-end solution. So you probably have to partner with some existing company or the new company. So you are good in one innovation, they are coming up with another innovation, you join hands and create a solution and go to market together. So third kind of collaboration I would think is domain expertise, right? So say in our case, we build artificial intelligence-based virtual assistant. So we have created virtual assistant for travel, for banking, for HR, various sectors, various functions. So if I have to create a virtual assistant for, say, HR, so we might not be very good at the content of HR. So I partner with a company which they do just HR. They just do HR, but they just don't have AI technology, right? They don't have the platform for conversational AI. So we partner with them and say, hey, so whenever we sell AI virtual assistant for HR, we do together because we are good in technology. So you are good in domain, and let's join hands. So this is very, very important. Instead of saying, hey, I will do everything on my own. So I'm not saying you'll not be successful, but you'll spend a lot of time, and that's not worth it, right? Be good in one, so that it will be easy for us to judge whether this idea is a success or a failure. And both are important, right? So we don't have to prolong the decision. If it is failure, if you identify that early, that's fine too, so that you don't continue spending your effort, energy in the same thing. You pivot. So both are important for the success. So that idea can fail, but you as a person probably have a long life, a long way to go. You can always pivot. Now, let me see what's the third one. Digital disruption, right? So digital disruption, so digitization. So I think nowadays it's no more the MIS and it should be paperless thing, and there should not be any manual work. Everything should be digitized. I think it's already done. So there can be few remote areas which is not done. I think let's not focus on that. So I think now the digitization is not converting manual activities into digital and doing paperless. That's more or less it's done. Now it is more about how to even make effective decisions, how even we can make the digital things better. And I think we cannot undermine the value of artificial intelligence. Today, we might think, hey, adopting artificial intelligence is an extra thing, right? Icing on the cake, or it is definitely an edge, but we can wait. Or people think, hey, let us do artificial intelligence and then we will be better than the competition. I think that probably can be the mindset today, but soon after maybe a month or two, or maybe after 6 months, it would not be about being ahead of the business. We have to adopt artificial intelligence. It would be more about to be in the business, we need to adopt artificial intelligence. You see, right, artificial in our clients are saving around 70% of their support cost, and our vision is to achieve 90%. If you see any consumer touch point now, even if you have very good product, you need to have good support. People might have questions about even the best product also, right? Say Apple is I think one of the top. I think it's the top company in terms of the valuation, and they have huge customer support. So that doesn't mean they have the awesome product and they know they don't need to cater to the customer's problem. They have to. And now there is a survey, 60% of the people end up not buying the products from those companies who do not have better customer support. They might have the best product. If the customer support is not good, people don't feel confident about it. Now you try buying a mobile, right? So people will say, no, buy this probably Samsung phone. Every 3 kilometers there is a service center, right? There can be competitors product also. That might be a best product, but the customer support is lacking and we would not buy that. So customer support is important. And in customer support, if you see, most of the users are same. If I like about something, I would actually like, we all would like the same thing. If you dislike something, we all would dislike the same thing. I'm exaggerating a bit, but 70% of the complaints, questions which people come up with are repeat, same. It is, with AI, it is very easy to identify that and automate that so that we can respond to those consumers fast. And again, if I touch upon the previous, just came in my mind, customer experience should always be letting user interact with the system the way user talks to another person. So in the language of user choice, format of user choice, and even channel of user choice. If user is happy with WhatsApp, let that be it. Let that be. I should not be telling, no, install our app, then I will recharge your mobile probably. You install my app, then you can buy this product. No. Be wherever you are, right? My business is not, say, installing app, right? My business is, say, selling maybe a sports shoe or selling a bag. So I should just be worried about that. So why I'm saying install an app also, right? So if my business is selling a toothbrush, so we'll say whatever you are comfortable with, phone call, WhatsApp. If you're okay with website app, that's fine. But idea is let user be with wherever they are, and we should be able to sell the product in the language of their choice. I think the most digital disruption would happen when, see, most of the companies, when they come up with, they just have 4 metro cities in their mind. They say if they are able to capture that, that's it, because the rest of the users, they are very spread across, and it will take a lot of energy to kind of sell the product. But if everyone thinks about it, and I think now there is a saturation, right? No one is able to go beyond 500 million users in India. So if you provide a product which actually goes to the bottom of the pyramid, there will be 3 benefits to it. One, everyone would use. The consumer, the usage would increase, and I would also, as a service provider, I would have more opportunities to make money, right? See what Jio has done, right? Jio has disrupted it, saying we'll give it sell, and now I think there are a lot of opportunities for Jio to monetize, right? Now Jio is coming up with consolidated news and Jio Mart and whatnot, because first they have created this platform, they have reached to even the bottom of the pyramid. Right, our revenue opportunities would increase. Third is, when most of people use, my product will get better, right? So and third, of course, would be I'll be making direct revenue, because see, Jio probably would have come up with free for some time, and after that, no, it's not free anymore. They are also making direct revenue besides getting indirect revenue from other revenue opportunities. Entrepreneurial opportunities, let me not spend much time. So I think now there is an ecosystem. You see, Shark Tank has come to India, means we are ready. And you see, Google is giving ad of voice in TV, means now we are ready. So I often give example, right? So we, which are kind of highly privileged people, we think voice, the speech to text things doesn't work, because it did not work probably 4 or 5 years ago when we tried, right? So you would have heard about that story, the elephant when it's small and it's tied up with a chain, and when the elephant grows up and he still thinks he will not be able to break open the chain, because that is kind of filtered, he has already built for himself. So we have that filtered, right? So but now speech to text works. So now Google is trying to remove that taboo from our mind, say, hey, now you use everything with voice. You see, now there is an ecosystem to come up with right products, and I think there cannot be any country better than India to come and do and ride this entrepreneurship journey today. Government is supporting, and all companies are supporting. Now when RFPs come up, then they say, hey, you need to have 100 crore revenue to show the performance. For startups, it is waived off, right? So I think this is the best time we can compete with the top company in India as a startup, even if you have zero revenue. I think its ecosystem is good from industry, from government, and from the peer. And one more thing, see, see, I'm from Jammu, right? Small town. And so there I used to be told, hey, you cannot do business because, see, none of your uncles and grandparents have done business, and how you can do business. They were right, because the pie was small, and I need to have that ecosystem to sell, right? If it's one chemist shop in the market, it has to be one, right? If another comes, that the same pie is going to be divided. But now one entrepreneur is helping another entrepreneur. See, literally, whoever I reached out to, even if I know them or not, they have helped me. So because now the pie is not that localized and small, the pie is big. So people are helping each other. So thank you so much for giving me opportunity.
Thank you, Dr. Ankush. It was wonderful. Actually, as a teacher, we only feel that when we start, we do not stop. But we have very not so good listening skills. I am confessing. But believe you me, the way you were speaking, you were more like a teacher. And one very beautiful thing you did was, in the teaching profession, we are quite familiar with conferences, workshops, and number of times I have experienced that very big speakers do not speak to the theme. So the very interesting point about yours was you have taken each and every point which was being given in the theme. This was this was very interesting part. And Dr. Pooja, Dr. Anjani, if you have noted down, indirectly, Mr. Ankush has also told you that there are so many themes in one theme which we could have avoided. In fact, this is a new, he has given us a new idea, because he says idea may fail, person may not fail. So as we always say, tough times do not last, tough people do. So he has given an idea that from this theme only we can now segregate 4 or 5 more themes. And in times to come, you can basically have those themes. And then we can have focused discussion on those topics also. Thank you so very much, Ankush. And I am really feeling good that I have requested you for moderating the session. So I think this will be a very good task for you also. You have now taken your time to speak, and now it will be a time to listen also. So over to you. Thank you so very much.